thing with Khamzat too is after, again, you could chalk it up to the weight cut. That second round, when he doesn't land that takedown and falls to his back, I'm like, oh, he's cooked.
Dude, I think
we're 6 minutes into the motherfucking fight, and you're cooked.
His body was shutting down, and he realized that he went real hard in the first round, but doesn't have the gas tank. He said, let me coast. I can survive on the bottom here, but I need to catch my breath if I'm going to try to finish this guy. It might have been a strategy.
And he got better that third, fourth, fifth round.
Right, because the strategy might have been, listen, if I'm on my back, no big, like he tries for a takedown, can't get it. He realized, like, oh, Jesus, I'm not going to be able to fight standing up like this for 5 minutes after that first round. Because his body almost shut down 24 hours ago. 24 hours ago, it is the dumbest fucking thing we do in the sport where we allow these people to pretend that they weigh a certain way. Mm-hmm. You pretend, oh, it's a 185-pound fight. The fuck it is.
Yeah, both
neither
those
one of
boys
those
over
guys.
200.
100%.
And Strickland is actually a bigger guy than him.
Strickland's a big boy.
Strickland, that night in the cage, is bigger. He's a wild boy.
He's a wild boy. So they gave him like a 8-month suspension, something like that, 6-month suspension, whatever it was. So you see him against Hernandez where he's perfect, and he looks fucking phenomenal.
Best I've ever seen.
His striking looked phenomenal. Everything looked phenomenal. And I'm like, oh God, he looks like a better version of the guy who beat Izzy. He looked better.
Best we've ever seen.
And then he beats Khamzat with one shoulder. And so if you count him out based on that fight, where I thought Khamzat won, a lot of people did. Look, it's a lot of people that know fighting thought Khamzat won. There's a lot. I think it's split among journalists. I think I was reading something.
Yeah, go easy on journalists.
I don't really read anything, by the way. I really read the headlines, and then I move on.
You gotta be careful with journalists. I'll listen to former fighters or people that have been around the game a long, long time. If you have Khamzat winning, yeah, okay. Nobody was robbed. But I can give you a pretty good argument why Strickland won that fight.
Yes,
you know, I can give you a damn good argument.
This was a big moment where Sean Strickland stuffed Khamzat's takedown. Khamzat didn't even reshoot. He didn't re-wrestle. He went to his back. That was a huge moment. And Strickland's gonna come out and pop him with jabs. Look at this. He's gonna start popping him with jabs. It's crazy, and then DDP beat Strickland. Styles are crazy, bro. Bro, Strickland's style is just wild to me. It looks like you're easy to hit, but he's so hard to hit. He's so confident in that little bubble. Wow. These big kicks from Khamzat are just, dude, you have 15 minutes throwing these big body kicks. Oh, Strickland's landed some big shots. 3 minutes left in this third round. Khamzat hasn't done really anything. Bro, if this is the pace, the next 15 minutes, next 12 minutes, whatever, Strickland wins these 10 out of 10 times. He gained a lot of respect for Sean Strickland right now. Holy shit. He might be my favorite fighter. He's my favorite fighter. All right, round 4, here we go. 2-1, Strickland up against Khamzat going into the fourth. Who would have thunk? Khamzat doesn't look terrible, but it's like, this isn't the way to beat Sean again.
The moment Joe Rogan began breaking down the fight between Sean Strickland and Khamzat Chimaev, it was clear he saw it as far more than a standard UFC matchup. Rogan dissected every critical detail, from Sean pushing through a compromised shoulder to Khamzat visibly slowing once the fight moved into deeper waters. What intensified the discussion was the ongoing debate over who truly won. Some credit Khamzat's early wrestling and control, while others argue Sean flipped the fight with pressure, pace.
He's always going after you in the final round. Like the final round with Izzy, when he's got his hands down, he's screaming at Izzy, come on!
He looks better. Yeah, he gets better as the fight goes on.
Yeah, and Izzy had noticeably faded by that final round. Part of that because of the beating that he took in the first.
Correct.
Right? He got
dropped too.
Super close to stopped, probably concussed in the first. You know, I mean, that fucking straight punch that he landed where he spun Izzy's head around and then hit him with how many fucking left hands in a row?
Yeah.
15, 20 left hands in a row? I mean, let's count them.
Yeah.
Let's watch that and count them because it's crazy. He just bang, 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 bang. If you think you're going to go and just fight normal after that,
it's not happening.
You're concussed.
You're compromised.
Probably you have a concussion.
Yes.
Just by the way he went down, his head spun around. It was a right hand, right? Wasn't it a right hand?
It was a right hand, yeah, and it spun
picture
around,
perfect right hand. Picture perfect straight right. I mean, it was picture perfect. And you don't get a cleaner, better right hand. And then blast him with all those punches in the clinch. You're gone after that. You're a shell of yourself.
You're gone.
Rogan repeatedly emphasized how dangerous Sean Strickland becomes once fights reach exhausting later rounds. He explained that Sean's conditioning and stamina operate at an elite level, which is why he believed Khamzat would be in serious trouble without an early finish. According to Rogan, Sean's constant forward pressure slowly drains opponents both mentally and physically. He contrasted that with Khamzat's style, which relies heavily on explosive wrestling, top control, and dominant positions without burning unnecessary energy. Against someone like Sean, maintaining that control becomes far more difficult. Rogan also highlighted Sean's underrated grappling, pointing out several later-round moments where Sean was
nut riding for Strickland the whole time. I was like, that guy is the fucking captain of the deep water. He knows how to go into deep water, man, and he knows how to survive. He can survive. And the thing about Khamzat is, if he takes you down, he wants to hold you down and just beat on you and not expand a lot of energy like he did with Drekas.
That's an issue.
You can't do that with Sean. Sean is not going to sit still. He's very hard to hold down. He's got super underrated grappling. Super underrated. You know, we saw he almost threw Khamzat, like later in the fight, you know, and he did wind up on top multiple times. Like, he ain't easy for anybody.
Far from it.
And he had a blown out shoulder.
Boom. That's the other thing. Everyone's like, well, you know, Khamzat was compromised because the weight cut. It's like, well, hold on.
Sean had one arm.
Sean had one fucking arm, and when he did throw that right hand in that second round, he wobbled Khamzat. No one wants to talk about that. The most significant punch was in the second round.
Yeah.
He flash knocks out Khamzat, and Khamzat's like, oh,
and he
shit.
probably fucking jolted his shoulder with pain.
And still defended the takedown.
Noticed he was doing this at the beginning of the fight.
Another major point Rogan focused on was Sean Strickland's shoulder injury and how much it may have limited his striking. He noticed Sean hesitating when throwing his right hand, as if protecting the shoulder rather than fully committing. That detail immediately stood out during the breakdown. Rogan compared this performance to earlier fights where Sean looked sharper, more fluid, and more aggressive on the feet. He specifically referenced Sean's bout with Abus Magomedov, saying Sean appeared even more dangerous there.
Fight with DDP, he fucked his shoulder up too. Driving a dirt bike like a fucking psychopath.
Crazy.
Crashed his dirt bike, fucked his shoulder up, and they told him he had to fight. So you had to take the fight. So you had to take the fight with a fucked up shoulder. And one of the things you notice about when he's throwing right hands, in particular in this fight, I noticed they were awkward sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes they just looked weird. Like he was trying not to use his shoulder or something.
He's compromised.
Yes, 100%. And I saw some of that in the second second DDP fight. You know, where it looked like he was kind of throwing his punches weird. You know, which sometimes he does anyway because he goes around the guard.
It's awkward.
It's strategic.
Yeah.
He's throwing shit that you're not going to block correctly, and then he's going to land you clean shots. But when you see him when there's nothing wrong with him, like he had this giant break because he punched somebody in some fucking low-level promotion.
Oh,
right?
that's right.
Got in a cage and punched somebody.
Yeah.
So so they gave him.
He's a wild boy.
He's a wild boy. So they gave him like a 8-month suspension, something like that, 6-month suspension, whatever it was. So you see him against Hernandez where he's perfect, and he looks fucking phenomenal.
Best I've ever seen.
His striking looked phenomenal. Everything looked phenomenal. And I'm like, oh God, he looks like a better version of the guy who beat Izzy. He looked better.
Best we've ever seen.
And then
when the discussion shifted back to Khamzat Chimaev, Rogan addressed the brutal physical toll Khamzat may have endured before ever stepping into the cage. He suggested Khamzat likely added significant muscle while considering a move to light heavyweight, only to then cut massive weight to return to middleweight. Rogan explained that extreme weight swings like that can severely impact conditioning and energy, especially in a high-pressure main event. In his view, the weight cut sounded exceptionally harsh.
2.2. Okay, so
but
somewhere
I think
around,
he was 230.
That's a lot, though.
That's
if you're
a lot of
already
weight.
dying, you got to lose 2 pounds of water.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
2 16-ounce bottles of water.
But when he was, let's say, 230 or maybe 235, how many weeks out was that? Do we know?
I don't know.
Because when Strickland beat Fluffy, they were like, hey, forget this Yuri fight. You're fighting at 85. It's a few months.
It's a few months, but
You know?
when you have muscle and not fat, it is a problem. It's a real problem. It's not the same problem. So if you get big like Strickland gets in between fights, like Strickland, there's a lot of videos of him training where he's got almost like a belly.
Yeah.
He's heavy.
Yeah.
And he makes fun of himself. He's fat.
Yeah.
That's a different fat. That's different
Agreed.
to lose.
It's
You
not
can lose
muscle.
that. You can lose that. That's not a problem to lose. When you're bulked up your body has decided that now you're 230 pounds and you're still working out all the time. So your body's using those muscles all the time. So if you want those muscles to shrink, they literally have to eat themselves.
Yeah.
So you have to fucking starve yourself. Or you do a radical dehydration, which brings you to the brink of death.
And that's what fucks you.
Rogan closed his breakdown by once again praising Sean Strickland's toughness cardio and ability to overwhelm opponents as fights drag on. He explained that the biggest difference between Sean and Khamzat shows up once fatigue sets in. In Rogan's opinion, Sean actually grows more effective in later rounds, while Khamzat's explosiveness and pace noticeably fade. Rogan described Sean's constant movement, relentless jab, and non-stop pressure as some of his most dangerous weapons. He also suggested Khamzat slowed himself down after realizing he couldn't...
He's always going after you in the final round. Like the final round with Izzy, when he's got his hands down, he's screaming at Izzy, come on!
He looks better. Yeah, he gets better as the fight goes on.
Yeah, and Izzy had noticeably faded by that final round. Part of that because of the beating that he took in the first.
Correct.
Right? I mean, he got
dropped, too.
Super close to stopped, probably concussed in the first. You know, I mean, that fucking straight punch that he landed where he spun Izzy's head around and then hit him with how many fucking left hands in a row?
Yep.
15, 20 left hands in a row? I mean,
up.
let's count them.
Yeah.
Let's watch that and count them because it's crazy. He just bang, 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 bang. If you think you're going to go and just fight normal after that,
it's not happening.
you're concussed.
You're compromised.
Probably you have a concussion.
Yes.
Just by the way he went down, his head spun around. It was a right hand, right? Wasn't it a right hand?
It was a right hand, yeah, and it
picture
spun around,
perfect
and then
right
he's
hand.
just, wow.
Picture perfect straight right. I mean, it was picture perfect. And you don't get a cleaner, better right hand. And then blast him with all those punches in the clinch. You're gone after that. You're a shell of yourself.
You're gone.
Michael Bisping offered a detailed breakdown of how dangerous Khamzat Chimaev's weight cut reportedly became before the fight. According to Bisping, Khamzat pushed his body to alarming limits while shedding the final pounds, with reports claiming breathing and oxygen-related issues severe enough to pause the cut for nearly an hour. Bisping used the situation to highlight how extreme weight cutting has